Hi, for today's Fun Fact Friday, I want to show you how to add animations to your Google Slides presentations to make those presentations more dynamic. So I'm not always a huge fan of bells and whistles. I think sometimes they can be distracting, especially as our students are concerned when they're creating presentations. We don't really want them to spend all of their cognitive energy on how to make it look cool. We really want the content to be important. But sometimes adding an animation really drives a point home. So I'm going to demo one for you. I was doing a presentation on time management and how to use technology to really maximize the time that you have. But before we got into the details of the tech, I thought it was really important to get everyone in the room kind of focused on a space where they actually had control. So we looked at things that we can control and how those fit into the bigger picture of things that we can't control. And then I asked everyone to really think about the things that matter that you can control, because there's lots we can control that doesn't necessarily matter, and where that intersection takes place. And then I said to everyone, I really want us to spend all of our time focusing here for the rest of this session. And so I thought that having animations to illustrate that while I spoke would be a really powerful way to grab my audience's attention moving forward. After this, I really had maybe a handful of animations just on bullet lists, which is actually the next point I'm going to show you. But first, I want to draw your attention to the right-hand side where you see this animations panel. This is where you would see all the animations. You can even see the order that they come in. And this is actually a drag and drop place. But I'm going to close that panel for now. I want to draw your attention to the left-hand side here, where you'll see these little circles where I have added, where it shows that I have added animations. And now we are going to look at the next slide. So one of the most important places to add an animation would be on a bullet list. Because if you just throw this list up on the screen, the people following along, whether the audience is a group of fourth graders or whether it's a room of professional educators, they need to know which point you're focused on. And so minimal text, in fact, this is probably even too much text, is best. So what I want to do is I want to insert an animation on this page. Notice my animations panel has appeared again, but I have nothing listed. Then in order to make the animations work, you have to have something selected. So I'm going to select my text box here that has my bullet list, and I'm going to click on Add Animation. Now it defaults to fade in on click, which is perfect. But I want to show you what happens if I don't check the by paragraph box. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. This is how I can practice. And then I click, oh, all my bullets show up at once. That's not exactly what I want. I want to draw attention to one bullet at a time. So I need to go back in and check this by paragraph. And now if I hit play, I can just simply click and say to everyone, a great presentation keeps the audience central. And you want to make animations intentional so that they're serving a purpose towards your greater presentation. Simplify those stats and charts. And remember that a lot of times for presentations, less is more. So again, I used the animation, insert animation, and for a bullet list, I always make sure to check by paragraph. You've probably seen all that you need to see, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more on one more slide just to show you some of the other options. So on this slide here, I have a smiley face, a thought bubble, and a sunshine. And so maybe I want to make some, tell a story or have a funny joke about the smiley face. So I want the sunshine to start. So again, I would click on the sun, I would add my animation, and just so that you have a chance to see it here, you've got a lot of options for what can happen. Again, with those bells and whistles, I usually try to limit, just do, a couple different kinds at the most, and again, intentional. So for the sun, maybe I just want it to appear, and maybe I want it to just happen really fast. Then I want my face to appear. So maybe I'll have the face kind of bounce in from the bottom. So we'll do that. And then I want him to have his little thought kind of appear for us. So let's see what that's going to look like. Perfect. So again, there's lots of options in here, but going back to those tips, just remember you want to keep it intentional. I hope this was helpful. Have a great week, everyone.